What's up, everybody? I've spent the day drilling oats here on a neighbor's field. You can see behind me, this is just going to be for a cover crop to graze. And this isn't our field, this is our neighbor's field, but it's right by Coronado Heights. I live on the other side of Coronado Heights, but this is on the west side of Coronado Heights. Nice scenic view as I drilled today. I flew my drone a little bit, so we're going to start this video out with a little bit of drone action, the view from the sky as I put in this cover crop. Meet the Peterson family. Our dad, the three Peterson brothers, and our families farm together in central Kansas. Our family farm started in 1882 and has been raising cattle and crops ever since. Please subscribe to this channel and give us a like and a comment if you enjoy the video. Can't make up his mind whether he wants to ride with me or not. When he's in the cab, he wants to go outside, and when he's outside, he wants to come back in the cab. Just about done planting oats for the neighbor here. Today will be my last day. It's dry. We need a rain. It's 80 degrees today. I just saw a map that says it's been 43 days here since we last had over a 10th. And then, of course, before that, we really only had a couple half-inch rains there in January, February, and then obviously last year we were dry the whole growing season. So at this point, we're well below average, and the wheat is starting to show signs of drought. As for these oats we're putting in here for the neighbor. These are definitely going to need a rain to sprout and do well, but it's the spring in Kansas, and it could change to wet spring rains at any time. So you just have to keep planting in faith. Our corn planting's coming up here in probably a week or 10 days, and you just got to keep going. That's kind of part of farming on the plains, is having faith that things will change. But there's a chance of rain on Friday, I think, but we've had chance of rain every once in a while for the last 40 days, and none have panned out so far. So we got a chance of rain on Friday, so maybe it'll rain, and it'll sprout these oats and you know, help us get ready to plant corn too. So we are definitely praying for rain.
Are you guys having fun?
Today is the day after Easter, so yesterday we spent with the family. I just showed some clips there of the girls playing together and stuff. But in the afternoon, my dad, myself, my wife Brianna, and our Aunt Cheryl, we sang in Handel's Messiah in Lindsborg, Kansas here, which is an oratorio with a whole orchestra, and it's a 3-hour-long deal. It's a big thing. It's been happening in Lindsborg for 150 years. I'll put a link in the description if you'd like to watch. There's a video of it on YouTube of us singing that. But anyway, I hope you guys had a great Easter.
Chris plug and pull. Somehow the detonator didn't work, and he rams the car straight to the tank. The entire gas tank explodes. We have a massive inferno moving from the rear of the car to the front of the car.
Got smoky. Got it. Okay, we've got a calm day. No freeze in the forecast. And so I am filling up my rinse tank on my sprayer. I'm gonna go try to get some burn downs done. Starting with some of the corn ground. We of course top dressed the wheat with the sprayer, and then I've sprayed our alfalfa for some cutworms. This will be our first go at burn downs for weeds, getting ready for planting. Spring is in the air. It's Monday, Thursday. Easter's coming. I've got some lunch. Gonna go get some spraying done. Okay, I made it here. This was double crop milo last year. It did pretty well along the creek here, and but not that well the farther away you get from the creek. This field can get really wet. It floods a lot. So it did all right where, in that floodplain. But then in the high spots where it just didn't get enough rain, didn't have enough water in the ground to do very well. So I'm gonna spray nitrogen with my chemical for the first load on the first 50 acres, and then the rest I'm using water, which is in the first tank. So took some logistics there. When you're spraying by yourself, you gotta do some walking or jogging or running, depending on how much energy you have. My sprayer's over here through the trees. Especially when doing spring burn downs, you gotta remember what's in your booms. And if your booms are rinsed or have the wrong stuff in them, you gotta make sure you clean them out in a safe spot, which in this case is just water. So I'm just gonna spray a circle to get all of that water that won't kill anything out of my booms, and then I'll start my job, start all this stuff up, and then start spraying, so we make sure everything's dead and we don't have skips. So you can see our capstan
pinpoint is doing really good work here because we got that curvy creek, and it's controlling each nozzle individually. So I can kind of straighten out that curve rather than try to match it. Or, I mean, I could do a smart path with my GPS, but I'd be swinging all over the place. So I just kind of smooth out that curve and let that do its thing. While I've been spraying, I've been seeing lots of smoke go up. Whenever the wind's not blowing in the spring, there's lots of sprayers running around spraying, and people burn in different areas. This is a very normal thing in Kansas. Burning pastures cleans up the trees and cleans up brush. So there's one right across the road, and there was another big one back there somewhere, but it might be dying down. So kind of interesting to see them all go up throughout the day. Well, finish this up. I'm gonna head for home and empty my tank close to home, rinse the booms, and then my air conditioner isn't working quite like it should, so I've got a guy lined up to work on it, so I'm gonna get it over to his place because it's getting time to need an air conditioner. So yesterday afternoon and this morning we're doing some oil changes. Using our pit in our old shop in the barn. So we're gonna keep doing oil changes here because they tend to be messy. Some people can probably change oil without getting messy, but we tend to spill some oil, and so we figured we'll try to keep our new shop a little cleaner. And it's especially with these big trucks, the pit makes it nice to change oil and not have to lay on the ground. So that's what our thinking was. And our bulk oil is stored here in the barn, and we figure we'll leave it here up in the loft so it doesn't have to take up room anywhere else. Our trucks, we basically change oil once a year. If we like chop a bunch of silage in the fall or something, you know, we'll try to keep an eye on that and change it in the fall. But basically, the miles we put on are spread out enough between all the trucks that they don't add up to just a ton, and so it usually comes up to about once a year. With chopping silage, it's a lot of it's not necessarily a ton of miles, but still a lot of engine time. So we try to make sure, you know, that oil gets changed, even if it doesn't have, you know, a bunch of miles on there since the last one. So now it's the diesel's turn, or not the diesel, the feed truck. It's the feed truck's turn. See, I'm not laying on the ground. Pretty nice. New filter's on. If the filters are easy to see, we write the hours or mileage on the filter and then try to watch it. You know, then we see it when we're doing maintenance. A lot of these trucks, the filters are kind of inside the frame, hard to see, so then we'll write it down in the cab. We also try to keep notebooks with just the scheduled maintenance throughout the years. But honestly, we're trying to do better at record keeping, especially the more machinery you have. So my question is, how do other farmers out there keep track of their maintenance and stay on top of all that and keep it organized and where they can find it? Hey guys, why couldn't you have pushed this plug in to cause a leak when it was 80 degrees instead of when it was 30 degrees, huh? That's gonna be cold to reach down in there this morning. Well, since I had to reach down in there anyways, I just drained it and cleaned out some of the dirt at the bottom. Now my hands are ice, but that should get her fixed up.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Check out our music videos linked in the description. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, and explore our website, www.petersonfarmbrothers.com. See you guys next time.